Have you watched Lost? Well, you should, because it's one of the best shows of all time. Definitely one of my all-time favorite shows. It's about a group of survivors who crash on an island and they discover all this weird and mystical stuff, and it's really good. They actually made a game of the first 3 seasons of the show back in 2008, so I thought to commemorate the 10-year anniversary of the pilot, I would do a review of the Lost video game to see if this is any good or not. So, let's get going. Back in May of 2006, Ubisoft announced that they had the rights to create a Lost video game. That is right, folks, the creators of Far Cry 3, Prince of Persia, and Assassin's Creed made this little beauty. The game was eventually released on February 2008 to coincide with Season 4 of the show. The game itself has a self-contained story based on the first 3 seasons of the program. Now, I want to first start off by saying, I know licensed games are supposed to be bad. Or at least that's what everyone says, because I think that's a load of crap. There are plenty of great licensed games out there. Yes, I know the majority of them are not good, but I think if you just put a little time and effort and make the game complementary to the source material, there's no reason it should be bad. Instead of playing as Jack, you start off the game as a brand new character, not familiar to the series. You play as a man named Elliot Maslow, who is a photojournalist with, you guessed it, a little case of amnesia. Now, one thing I actually do like about this game is they separated the gameplay into 7 separate episodes. Now, these episodes have many of the same plot devices as the actual show Lost, including cliffhanger endings and don't turn that dial commercial breaks. It's a creative idea, but the creativity kind of stops there as Elliot Maslow is boring as hell, and his story really adds nothing to the whole show's mythology. Throughout the game, you are presented with flashbacks that shed light into Elliot's past and how he ended up on Flight 815. In these flashbacks, you're supposed to take pictures at precise times and angles to uncover clues about his story. The controls make this very tedious because you're not really sure where and when you're supposed to take your shot. It's very hard to adjust the focus of the camera as well. The tedious nature of these parts has no payoff, as in the end of the game, these flashbacks lead to a very generic and uninspired conclusion. You're never really given a reason to care about this character, and he really has no connection to anything from the show's mythology or story. You do start the game off as the show starts off, in the middle of the jungle, where you run into Kate, who looks, alright, not that bad. She does shoot you down though. This conversation triggers a little flashback back to when you were on Flight 815, where you were introduced to the beginning of what I like to call the Island of the Uncanny Valley. Oh my gosh, she's staring.
And you can tell me what that's all about.
It's very exciting. We have a fugitive on board today.
Okay. This game's 3 years after 9/11. We're just casually joking about a fugitive on board. I'm calling cinema sins on this one. After all that crap, Kate tells you she's a fugitive, which is more than she tells anyone in the first season of the show. But hey, you finally move on to the side of the plane crash and oh my god. What's wrong with Michael's mouth? It looks like it's glued shut.
Whoa!
What was that, Michael?
Whoa!
I didn't hear you. What was that?
Whoa!
Walt?
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Oh. Walt. It's Walt. This area is really deserted for a plane crash. Couldn't they just add a few more NPCs running around or lying on the ground? What is Claire doing with her eyes? Holy crap, is that Hurley? He looks like a Goomba. The character animation throughout this game is terrible. Everyone has a bad case of the Uncanny Valley, and the voice acting isn't any better. Some characters like Ben, Sun, and Desmond are voiced by their respective TV counterparts, but the ones that aren't sound over the top and cheesy.
Hey, champ, you plugged your brain hole yet?
You may know your name, but do you know yourself?
I've not seen him. He's probably off building a radio out of coconuts.
I think the natives are stirring.
Some characters just speak Korean. Now, I understand they're trying to give you the feeling of disconnection, but it just says Korean. They don't even put Korean letters on there or anything. It's so lazy. The gameplay is broken up into fetch quests, short action adventure moments, and puzzle solving. On the beach, you can collect mangoes and other items that can later be traded for goods that you might need for future missions. You can also pick up and search through bags and suitcases on the beach, but any bag or item you might want to explore shows up as a speech bubble. Why even have a suitcase on the ground you can open up if you're just going to say that there's nothing inside in a little speech bubble? The items you do collect you can trade for torches, widgets, and even a gun. A gun that you only need 3 times in the whole game. There's really not much to do on the beach except collect items and talk to the few characters they decide to animate. Your first mission in the game is to get past Jack and go trek into the jungle to retrieve your camera to find clues about your identity. After going through another pointless flashback, you lie to Jack so you can sneak past him and get into the jungle. Yes, now we can explore the mysterious jungle, only to be hit with invisible walls. That's all you hit, invisible walls. There's only one path, and if you stray far from the path, you gotta start all over again. As you trek through the jungle, you need to be wary of the smoke monster, but all you really have to do is hide in a banyan tree and he'll leave you alone. There is one point where people start shooting at you, but you can just ignore that. There really is no sense of danger in this game. And also for a game based on a show about action and exploration, there is no action or exploration. The graphics and the look of this game are fine, but really it's nothing to write home about. Characters look like the actors who play them for the most part, and set pieces look like set pieces from the show. But the animation of said characters really need work. The main story of the game is you're trying to piece together your past to gain the trust of Jack, Locke, Saeed, and the rest of the crew. You do discover a laptop that might give you some information, but Locke acts like a little bitch and makes you go on some kind of vision quest to retrieve it. On this quest, you do end up stumbling upon the hatch, and Locke says some hokey catchphrases, and leads you into a cave that introduces a set of cave missions which really aren't that bad. You need to channel through the cave with your torch, but you need to be wary of it burning out. If the torch does burn out, you can feel your pulse starting to speed up. It's a very cool mechanic that I wish they implemented in place of some other stuff they tacked on. You do eventually get the battery and see the ghost of the girl you killed and get a compass with the name of the game on it. And after all that filler, we finally get to go inside the hatch. And finally, after all this time, all I really wanted to do was explore the Swan Station to discover all its secrets. But of course, you need to do a whole bunch of little things before you can even get inside. First, you need to buy a gun. A gun that, let me remind you, you will only need 3 times in the whole game. And I know it's not necessary to have guns in games to have good gameplay, but why even introduce it if you're really ever only going to need it for 3 story-centric points? Also, the exchange rate for the gun? A 6-pack of beer can buy me a gun. That sounds like a really bad trade. Oh, and welcome, Charlie. We haven't seen you the whole game till now with your face of death. And that goes for Desmond too. This game does a great job of making characters terrifying. After you clear up your name with Saeed, you finally get to explore the hatch. Well, again, not quite yet. This brings us to the next major chunk of gameplay, tedious puzzle solving. You have a series of circuit boards missing widgets you must insert to redirect a charge to get the correct surge to work whatever machine that it's connected to. The exact same puzzle is used throughout the whole game. I'd say a third of this game is just these puzzles alone. BioShock gets similar puzzles, but those are on a set time limit. These, on the other hand, are set up where there's so much trial and error that you feel like giving up halfway through. It's boring and unnecessary to the whole point of the story. It feels forced in because they couldn't think of anything else to put in this game. While you solve these puzzles, you are free to explore the hatch. And wouldn't you know it? Nothing is interactive. Nothing. Yeah, you can push the button and open and close the blast doors, but you can't play the record player, you can't look into the bookshelf, you can't ride the stationary bike, you can't even see your own reflection in the bathroom mirror. This is an unfinished game. You made the most interesting setting of the show uninteresting. Even when you have to press the button, they make you play all these dumb little brain teasers that just make it even more uninteresting. I've just about had it with this game. So far, we've been given subpar gameplay and a character and story that I don't care about. And the story and gameplay have nothing to do with the mythology of the show. At this point in the game, Jack and crew encrypt your laptop and discover some dirty Excel files. So they lock you in the armory till Kate lets you out and doesn't even give you the common decency to take you to second base. The next bit of gameplay feels a bit like this. Look at compass, find door, go back to camp, talk to Hurley, go to dark territory, get chased by smoke monster, get dynamite from Black Rock, get chased by smoke monster again, get blown up, Hide from smoke monster. Get blown up. Run from smoke monster. Get blown up. Finally make it out of the jungle. Go back to door. Use your gun for the first time to blow up door. Go inside a secret and pretty cool room with the megaton magnet that's behind the concrete wall in the hatch. Play brain teasers again on the computer. Get chased by smoke monster again. Play Uncharted. Get captured by Juliet. Get uncaptured by Juliet. Play some more useless puzzles. Go in another room. Shoot your gun again. All this leads to you talking to the leader of the others, Benjamin Linus, who wants you to turn in Jack and Kate in exchange to get off the island. Pretty much the same plot as season 2 of the show. Only this time, you get to kill people! Finally, after 6 hours of grueling puzzle solving, stealth missions, you finally make it off the island. Oh, thank God it is over. But wait, there's more! You forgot the twist ending. In Lost fashion, they have an ending that makes no sense. Bang, you're back at the crash site. Only this time, the chick that you killed's right there with you. Now, I've watched the whole show, and this really has nothing to do with the ending at all. Why did they put that in there? Who helped write this crap? Oh, those guys. Those guys helped. The game runs about 6 hours, less if you actually know what you're doing, but it seems like a lot less. I had a really shallow feeling coming out of playing it. It had no substance whatsoever. No clues or secrets for fans to find, just a hung together mess whose only purpose was to squeeze a few more bucks out of the trademark. I don't understand why this game exists. A show based on mystery, exploration, and adventure is confined to a few puzzles and fetch quests. They couldn't even find time to polish the thing. Again, everyone says licensed games are not supposed to be good, but I feel like if you put a little dedication and time into it, you can make it at least fan service. I think if they had made this game an open world survival game where you could discover all the different secrets and locations of the island, it might have been pretty cool. Even a button simulator would have been alright, but no, we got this hunk of junk that was put together in the last few minutes. You know, I should probably destroy this game, lay it on fire, chainsaw. But there's just been so much turmoil and violence and hatred going on in the gaming world that I just feel like I need to do what's right. I need to bury this game. Thank you guys so much for watching through this whole video. I really do appreciate all the support I've been getting from you guys. I couldn't do it without you. I mean that. I love you all. I've been really busy lately with work, so I really haven't been consistent on the videos. I'm sorry about that, but I promise after this year, I probably will be back on a regular schedule, making videos twice a month, if not more. We'll see. But hey, I'm still working, and I got some great ideas. coming up, hopefully. Special thanks to Mark Hyland and Matt Bermingham, who helped me out a lot with this video. And I just want to thank you all for all the support and help you've been giving me through the last few months. It's been fun, and I can't wait to keep making more videos. So again, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.